Doug Ottewill from Mile High Sports Magazine is waiting in the wings. Doug, please come out of the darkness into the light.
Gentlemen.
All right.
How you doing, man?
How you doing?
Doug, thanks for joining us again every week. Mile High Sports, Mile High Radio, Mile High Sports Magazine. It's all there.
They've got the monopoly.
I mean, we've got such great fodder today to talk about. When they win and they're 7-0, and it's hard, you still ripped Peyton a little bit and said the offense needs to come through. But the last 2 weeks, man, there's cause for concern here.
It's basically glorified counseling all week. On radio,
yeah,
the blogs, the
therapy,
website.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a shame because I don't know about you guys, but I feel bad when you see one of the greatest ever go out like that, and then you essentially see sort of a collective cheer, and that's
people kind of taking gloating about this and saying he's got to go and kind of enjoying the downfall of Peyton Manning. I don't get that.
I don't get it either. And look, he was bad. He was as bad as he's ever been. I mean, and the injury comes out, which I don't know about you guys, but I don't like to know about these things after the fact. And there was reports, sure. But I think after the bad game, it was emphasized some more of, hey, he was really hurt. On one hand, it's really admirable that he goes out and does that.
Right.
On the other hand, you kind of say, man, didn't somebody want to pull him before the game?
Right. Kubiak said he shouldn't have played. His gut told him, don't play him. And then he let Peyton convince him that he could go. My thing is that he left him in for so long, and it got so bad.
That was awful.
But okay, I mean, did it? We don't know yet. He could have had the plantar fasciitis going in, which I think he did. We all kind of knew that. Did it get worse? Did he tear it a little bit? And they just found out this morning that it's worse now. But the ribs came up Saturday, so all this is now coming out today. When, as Gary Kubiak said, I should have done this on Saturday.
Right. And to me, that's a little concerning because he's your head coach. And I understand it's Peyton Manning, the greatest of all time, future Hall of Famer. But if you're the head coach, you got to make a call. And it's really tough because you're going to listen to the ultimate competitor in Peyton Manning. He's going to say, hey, I want to go in. I want to play for my team. You got guys out. You got guys on suspension.
Right.
It's a tough spot, but it does bug me that there's almost like this murmur of happiness in Denver right now.
Well, we saw that with Ronda Rousey over the weekend. Like, great, she got knocked out. It's like you can't wait to knock somebody down, no pun intended. And I agree. I don't get why people are so excited about this. Moving forward, I think we're all in agreement here. Brock Osweiler has to play this week. And as we look farther down the road, in my mind,
if he plays well.
Well, here's the thing. For the Broncos to win the division, I think it's going to take 10 or 11 wins. They've already got 7. So, worst case scenario, let's say they win 4 games. They're going to be home for 1 playoff game. Things could go sideways with Brock. I get that. But is there maybe reason to think, you know what, with the defense as good as they are, we can have Brock come in. He can move the football. We saw that. Maybe this is a move that needs to be made, and maybe this could go well.
Maybe.
Have we thought about that?
I think that there is that possibility, and I think you lay out all of those positives that come along with making this move. On the flip side, I think you have a chance that this unravels. Because
quickly,
what happens if Brock comes in and he's so-so? What happens if he comes in? If he comes in and he's great, everybody's going to be fine with it.
Right.
If he comes in and he's borderline, then you've got a quarterback controversy on your hands. Because you're right. 10 games, maybe 9 games wins a division. And they're going to win the division. I really believe that. But going into the playoffs, are you going to take a guy who's had all of 6, 7, we're not really 100% sure how many starts he's actually going to get, but are you going to take that guy and believe that he can take this Denver Broncos team to a Super Bowl?
Right.
Because that's the stated goal every year. It's Super Bowl or bust. We don't care about the second round of the playoffs.
Right.
If you lose,
can he do it? I don't know.
Well, I think at this point we got to think about Chicago and Brock Osweiler starts, and then see how Peyton's injury responds, see how Brock does, and then you got the Patriots the next week. I without knowing the extent of the injury or the treatment or what's going on, I just hope Gary says Brock's our guy this week. Just let the controversy go away.
Yeah.
Brock's starting, Peyton's injured, and then see what happens.
Because that diffuses everything.
Right.
Yeah.
You can't just say, well, we'll see how Peyton responds to treatment.
We won't even see Peyton for the next 10 days.
Right.
He gets treatment. He's out of the way.
Right.
That allows Brock to know, hey, this is my week, this is my game.
Right.
It puts him in game mode.
It
As
would make
opposed
no
to,
sense to
it's
say,
just
well,
wait
we'll
and
see if Peyton can
Right.
practice Thursday and Friday. No.
Our closest reference in Denver, anyway, that I can recall, is when Ty Lawson had this same injury a year ago.
Right.
And I think it seemed to me that was weeks, and maybe even an off week and an on week here and there because he didn't fully recover.
Right. If you come back too soon, then you
Yeah.
blow it.
You're right back to square
right back to where you were.
And Ty Lawson is significantly quicker than Peyton Manning, but he doesn't have that good of an arm.
Right.
So, yeah.
Well, I mean, here we are, 7-2, going into Chicago.
And
Brock
feeling
Osweiler is
great.
probably going to play. How crazy has this season been overall? I mean,
It's been a roller coaster.
overall. Peyton Manning's the worst quarterback in the league, and now he's out, and we're 7-2, going to play John Fox and then the Patriots. This is crazy, but this is what sports is all about.
It's on the same level as the Tim Tebow year.
Yeah, I agree.
But maybe not in a good way. It's just been crazy in the sense of just all-out bizarreness. Is that a word?
Bizarreness? Let's
It
make
is
it
now.
one if it's not.
Bizarro world.
All right, Doug.
Hey,
Thanks, man.
guys.
Check
I
it
hope
out.
next
Mile
Monday
High
is better.
Sports.
Yeah. Well, if
I
it's
hope next
15:48,
Monday I can wear my Zubas.
Well, if they win next week, the jacket's
Yeah, the
going
jacket's
on.
will be
I'll
on,
get my
too.
jacket. You get your Zubas on, and we're all
they're,
good.
they're back from the dry
All right,
cleaning,
Doug.
so
Thanks a lot.
Thank
see you
sir.
guys.